You're studying for hours, but nothing is sticking. You read the same page 3 times. You highlight everything. You make notes nobody ever reads again. And then exam day comes and your mind goes completely blank. Sound familiar? Here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not about how long you study, it's about how you study. And Harvard students, they figured this out a long time ago. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 study techniques they actually use, backed by science and easy enough to start today. Let's go. Technique number 1, the Feynman technique. The first one is called the Feynman technique, named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. Here's the idea. After you study something, close the book, get a blank piece of paper, and explain the concept like you're teaching a 10-year-old. No jargon, no complicated words, just simple, clear explanation. Why does this work? Because your brain creates an illusion of understanding. You read something, it feels familiar, and you think, yeah, I got it. But familiarity is not understanding. When you try to explain it simply, every gap in your knowledge becomes obvious immediately, and that's where the real learning happens. Here's your action step. After every study session today, pick one concept, write it out in your own words, as simple as you can. If you get stuck, that's not failure, that's the technique working. Technique number 2, active recall. Most students study by rereading. Harvard students study by testing themselves. Here's the difference. Rereading feels productive, but it's mostly passive. Your brain is just scanning, not building. Active recall forces your brain to retrieve information, and every time you retrieve something, the memory gets stronger, like doing reps at the gym, but for your brain. The science backs this completely. A study published in the journal Science found that students who used active recall retained significantly more information than those who reread the material. How do you do it? Simple. After reading a section, close it. Then ask yourself, what did I just learn? Use flashcards, use apps like Anki, cover your notes and quiz yourself. 5 minutes of self-testing beats 30 minutes of rereading every single time. Technique number 3, spaced repetition. Now here's where it gets really powerful. Technique 3, spaced repetition. Your brain has something called the forgetting curve, discovered by psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus. It works like this. After you learn something, you start forgetting it immediately. Within 24 hours, you've forgotten almost half of it. Within a week, most of it is gone. But here's the key. If you review the material right before you forget it, your brain holds on to it much, much longer. So instead of cramming everything the night before, you spread your reviews out. Day 1, learn it. Day 3, review it. Day 7, review it again. Day 14, one more time. Each review gets shorter, but the memory gets stronger. This is literally how Harvard law students manage hundreds of pages of reading without burning out the week before finals. Use Anki for this. It's free, it's smart, and it schedules your reviews automatically. Set it up tonight. Your future self will thank you. Technique number 4, the Pomodoro method, Harvard style. Okay, technique 4. You've probably heard of the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of work, 5-minute break. But Harvard students don't just use timers randomly. They protect their deep work windows. Here's what that means. They block out 2 to 3 hours of uninterrupted study time, phone off, notifications gone, environment locked down. Inside that block, they use Pomodoros to stay sharp. But outside that block, they completely switch off. No guilt, no half studying, full rest or full focus. That's the version most students miss. Because here's the truth. Studying for 6 distracted hours is worth less than 2 focused ones. Your brain can't maintain deep focus for long stretches, but it can go all in for short, protected bursts. So starting tomorrow, choose your 2 best hours of the day. Guard them like they're the most important meetings of your life, because they are. Technique number 5, the connection method. Last one, and this one changes everything. Most students store information in isolated boxes. Chemistry facts here, history dates there, math formulas somewhere else. But the smartest students, the ones who actually understand instead of just memorize, they connect everything. They ask, how does this relate to what I already know? Where have I seen this before? What does this remind me of? When you connect new information to existing knowledge, your brain builds a web instead of a list, and webs are almost impossible to forget. A Harvard study on expert learners found that top-performing students consistently linked new concepts to prior knowledge, real-life examples, and personal experience. Here's how you start. Every time you learn something new, write one sentence connecting it to something you already know. That's it, one sentence. Over time, your knowledge stops feeling like scattered facts and starts feeling like a complete picture. And when exam time comes, you don't panic, you see the answers.
Look, I know how it feels to study hard and still feel behind, to put in the hours and wonder why it's not working. That feeling isn't weakness, that's just the wrong method. You don't need to be smarter, you need a better system. And now you have 5 of them. Let's recap quickly. 1. Feynman technique. Teach it simply, find your gaps. 2. Active recall. Test yourself instead of rereading. 3. Spaced repetition. Review before you forget. 4. Protected deep work. 2 focused hours beat 6 distracted ones. 5. The connection method. Link new to known. Build the web. Pick one of these, just one, and use it in your very next study session. Not next week, not tomorrow, today. Because the students who win, they don't wait for motivation. They build the system first, and the motivation follows. You've got this. And if this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share this with one friend who needs to hear it. Let's get better together.